Okay. Hey y'all, Bohemia with Bohemian Stars and Ocean Heart Readings. This connection has been crazy now. It's getting a little weird, but we are connected and hopefully it is um, a fine and good connection. Oh my goodness. All right, so we are doing a viewer request of what is your karma. So, this is for those of you obviously who relate to or work within karma, those of you who haven't cleared it yet, who are still trying to figure out what you need to clear, all of those sort of things. I'll remind you that if you are set to a certain type of connection or belief system, that you are held to those beliefs and those karmas within that matrix. So an example is if you work witchcraft and you are with the Wiccan Reed, then of course you're going to have a different set of karma coming to you because that's what you are accepting and that's what you are what's like in ceremony too, so different people have different karmas depending on what their soul level is, what systems they are integrated into, what ceremonies they have taken, things of that nature, right? So it's kind of like if you get a job somewhere, your boss is going to hold you to that job, but I'm not held to that job because it ain't my job. So the universe has different energies for different of us, and it's good to remember. So this reading is going to check in with that. I will also be doing the past life reading, but I'm going to do that when I have like a lot of time and a lot of energy to get into that, to try to get it as accurately as possible. I am, um, if you can hear that music, I'm sorry. Baby Einstein is playing. The babies fell back asleep, but Baby Einstein's still in the background. So if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. All right. Yes. Oh, my next idea is I want to do what is taking my soulmate so damn long. So if you like that idea, give a like to this video and I will know that there's interest for that next video. All right, let's get into it. We have the Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards, Wisdom of the Oracle, Zombie Tarot, and the Tarot of Margaret Peterson. So go ahead and choose what you're into right here. Please timestamp if you have the time to do so and you would like to because you like timestamps. All right. We have the Desert Rose Selenite or Selenite Rose, Desert Rose Gypsum. Any variation of those words, you will find this stone. It has a lot of different variations of those words for its name. We have Amazonite or Amazonite with a little smoky quartz inclusion. We have Eckhart, isn't he awesome? This is Rhodonite. And we have this crystal sphere here that has beautiful little rainbows included there. So go ahead and see what resonates with you, and I'm going to get into those who chose the Desert Rose Gypsum. We have co-create reversed. Oop. We have expansion. Oh, yeah, this is all very cohesive so far. Two of Cups reversed. King of Wands reverse. And Two of Feathers, which is Two of Swords. All right, this is very cohesive. Basically, in past lives, although it's not a past life reading, it could be past lives or currently, you have karma with not basically sharing the limelight with others, sharing co-creating with others in a peaceful manner. You might find it very hard to work with others in a balanced manner. So this can manifest in a few ways. So either you are the one having the ego issues and you're like, no, I'm going to do it myself. I'm an individual. Like I can't, you just can't take criticism or input or any dynamic than yourself being in power. The other way this can manifest is the exact opposite, where you constantly draw others to you who walk over you, trod over you, don't listen to your input, whether it's co-parenting, whether it is, doing business together, whether it is even dynamics that are supposed to be mutually beneficial that are set up with a hierarchy, like a teacher student. It becomes like just one person having all the power and not the other. So there is a lack of co-creation. For some of you, this is definitely in business because the stone works with that a lot. That there you might just feel like you don't get a lot of pleasure from interactions with others where you guys are supposed to be having a common goal and joining in together. Like there's an imbalance equally. So this is showing that there has been an issue with ego. So even whether you're thinking that you have had ego or not within that, this reading is here to say that there has been. So even if you're doing it in a passive way, so some of you are definitely gonna be like, nah, like I'm the one who's calm, I'm the one who pulls away. Well, sometimes that's our style of having ego, is to pull away passively and not give in to the partnership, to not open ourselves to criticism, to not um allow the other a platform to expand and kind of voice their own opinions. So that can be a way still of having, kind of a negative effect on co-creatorship and relationships. So it's like, it doesn't matter that you're vastly different, you should still be able to find harmony with others. Okay, so if you're looking at energy wise, there's Cancer energy, Leo, Libra, Aries, kind of cardinal energy. So going after projects, going after what, well, it's creating, right? What you want to manifest, what you want to set your eyes on for a goal. It's really needing to start opening up to others and start hearing the other side of the Venn diagram, basically. If you want those goals that are in the center, figuring out how you guys can do that together. So, in order to clear this, it's going to take some co parenting. It's going to take sitting down with the people in your relationships and truly hearing without, going to a victim place, without going to an angry place, but truly giving a clean slate and listening to what the other people in your life are telling you that they need from you for balance. And I feel like you might be like, well, that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. Well, financial stuff is more important, or whatever is your particular concern. I think for a long time you've been outweighing what are your concerns versus what are the other person's. So if you're somebody who is, let's say you are financially minded and you're just like, no, it makes more sense. This is about security. I don't care about your feelings. It doesn't matter what you're feeling. Well, that's a big imbalance, because that's what that person brings to you. That's the way that person shows their love and their care, is first they need that acknowledged to feel safe or to feel like they're contributing to a project, and so basically it's like you're not using your full toolkit when you're trying to create your future. You're not using all the colors, right? So it's okay, you don't have to be what they're being, but you have to appreciate the intermingling of it. Okay, so that's what you want to look at clearing karmically, and what you want to embrace, because that's the whole point, is that we don't want to negate anything that could be adding to our lives or others in a positive way. All right, so for those of you who chose the Amazonite or Amazonite, I say Amazonite, but people are like, you mean Amazonite or Amazonite? You have Imagine. It's a pretty card. I like those colors together. Isn't that pretty? Despondence. Oh, this is making sense. Four of Swords reversed. Sorry, a little out of frame because I'm not, it went vertical. High Priestess reversed. This one gave a little more cards. Six of Cups reverse. And Four of Coins reverse. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. And I did feel like a past lifetime one with this a little bit. Although, like I said, this could be karma that we're currently accruing or, working through right now as well. This one has some karmic energy. Okay, definitely some Akashic stuff. Okay, with this one, okay, some of you could be Pisces or have been Pisces in the past life, so you have this energy of more being expected of you. We have some Gemini energy, some Capricorn energy. All right, so a lot of it is expected of your mind, of your intents, and what you are focusing on, what you are focusing on. I feel like you're somebody who the universe will like snap you as like, zing, you're doing wrong, if your head space isn't even right, because like you have, I feel like you have a lot of lifetimes that you've experienced. You have a lot of time to have gotten your mind right, to have gotten your headspace right. You're somebody who your mind is creating constantly, very fluidly. Some people can't do that as easily. They're more, physical realm, and it's hard for them to kind of manifest and create with their mind. You're somebody like, if you think of like, man, I want to smack them, something's probably going to smack them in their life. Like it's just, like your mind can be very strong. So with this, it's saying that that is something you have to watch karmically, because you being despondent, right? And I feel like there have been quite a few lifetimes in the time in this life where you're just like, meh. That's like your mood, like your soul mood is just meh. So it's really watching out for this. This card talks about this person being like so help somebody. So I feel like with you, oh, hi, Champagne. Yes, I've been on a little roll. She is snoring over there. So, yeah, so this is like the high priestess's extremities. Basically, this is the energy where unless something dramatic and in this is gonna shake my soul is happening, you buckle down and are completely like tied down to yourself. You're completely hidden. You're just not, it takes so much to initiate feeling or growth or like interest from you, that that's actually like your karma, because you're not experiencing things, you're not showing others your talents, you're not creating like positive scenarios. This, you can also be someone who like have you ever seen those memes and it's like making fun and it's like when you imagine bad scenarios so much that you hurt your own feelings and then like you start crying from something you imagined, like that's how you could be. So that is actually karma against yourself. So really watch what you're creating in your mind space, in your dream time. Watch out the action from you, because if you're like, why am I always having these negative scenarios, like why is my life so damn dramatic, like why do people only come to me in emergency situations? That's why, because the universe is like, well, that's what it takes to, like, that's, you're used to that energy, you're used to that like survival, dramatic, intense. All right, so that's something, if it's coming up in your reading, you were drawn to it, you're ready to clear some of that out. And if you're like, no, nothing happens in my life, well, that's why, because only the dramatic comes. uh, yes. Okay. So I feel like it's good. I feel like it's good. Yeah, and it's kind of like you shouldn't have to only feel initiated into life when like children are in danger or something of that nature, okay? So allow yourself to open up from that kind of emotional, spiritual, Scroogey kind of energy, and allow yourself to realize you have a lot to offer. Stone first one on top. So you have time. Yeah. Okay, so that was number two. Now we're on number three here with Eckhart. Okay, never ending story. Oh, what are you tired of? You've been going in circles with this one? Blessed. I hope you're not tired of being blessed. Soulmates. You get tired of being blessed with your soulmate? Wisdom. You got a lot of cards on this one. Temperance and the Moon. And the Ace of Flames. Okay. So with this one, let me put them up there. Gotta get some room. I hate when it freezes vertically like that. It drives me crazy. Okay. So there's a lot of different things here. You definitely have been going around a lot of times with a particular soulmate. You've probably been a lot of different relationships. I even see like facing off in certain lifetimes. So you have a lot of energy with this person. It's like you've been their mom, you've been their spouse, you've been their brother, you've been their enemy, you've been all these different things with this soulmate. There's blessings there, but there's some negative stuff with this person because you don't accept the wisdom of, let's see that glare, sorry about that, let me lift it. You don't accept the wisdom of your relationship with this person. Like you're supposed to be growing, and this is saying like that's the karma. So if you're thinking of a particular person, you drew Eckhart here, he loves doing love energy actually. Is saying like, no, it's supposed to be a blessed union, but is it right now or not? Or are you getting tired of it? Because every action you go through, you have to be learning from. And I feel like many lifetimes you've been like, oh, I enjoyed this person, let's connect, let's, all these different kind of crazy relationships you've been having and dynamics with this person, but you're not actually like registering it as like, okay, like I learned this wisdom from. And so you come back and you're doing the same thing, like maybe a different relationship setup, but you're doing the same thing again. So really needing to honor the wisdom that your partner has, um really letting yourself connect. And I feel like this is all your soulmates too, because of course we have our whole little soul groups. So for some of you, like you haven't accepted the wisdom of why you chose the mother that you did, why you chose the cousins that you did, why you chose to be in a different group of people. Then maybe I feel like some of you don't resonate with the group of people that you chose to incarnate with, whether that's your family, your country, your race, your religion, whoever it is. You did something quite different this lifetime, and so there's this pull between of like what innately you would have normally like, this is like a switching lifetime for you. And the reason a feeling of the other side. Does that make sense? So like let's say that you always incarnated I don't know what's a good example. Like you were always Irish, but now you're Scottish this lifetime. And because you always had a certain opinion of Scottish people when you were Irish, and now you want to see it from the other side. So you have something like that. It's very, very important, if you chose number two, that you tear down all boundaries that are prejudiced against other people's religion, region that they come from, their country, their race, their body type, their gender preference, all of that. You really are trying to make yourself change by making yourself be different, or making yourself be born in the time where around you it's all about differences, okay? And so that is, it might be something that lights your fire. If you are feeling proactive and defensive of people who are different, then you're doing a good job. Some of you definitely are not. You're only liking people that are the same as you and who have the same religions as you, and that's the wrong story to be writing. That's not what you came to achieve, okay? So really, really watch that. It's saying, again, have wisdom through your actions, allow yourself forgiveness, and that's a big thing. Someone's big take, everyone has different takeaways. Someone's big takeaway from this is that you have to be self-forgiving in order to learn. You cannot learn if you're not forgiving yourself to a certain extent, because you're never going to go beyond. You're just going to stay in that vibration and energy of it. So you have to allow yourself to admit that you made a mistake. You have to allow yourself to admit that you want to change and forgive yourself and move forward in a way to heal, okay? Yes. Now, for some of you, you also need to know that just because you see someone as a twin flame or a soulmate, doesn't mean that they're currently being good for you right now. And that's the thing. That's, yes, you have a spiritual connection. They're in your subconscious. You have all these vibes with them, but are they causing you aggression? Are they causing you pain at this time? Are they, is there just an antidote you need to learn from them? And that's why you guys are thrown in the same circles constantly. Because remember, we have the never ending story. So if it's not being good and healing and blessed currently in this realm, you might need to let it go. Okay. All right. There was a lot of different, a lot of different storylines and energy for that one. All right, and the last one that we have today is this beautiful sphere, the crystal ball here. It's actually quartz, but we have the yin energy. Isn't that so beautiful? Like a scrying bowl. We have the fates. Ooh, what do we got? Perseverance, the Three of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Wheel of Life, which is the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay, I definitely feel big success energy is meant to happen here. What I feel is that you have karma with interrupting somebody else's success in the past, and so now it's interrupting yours. I feel like you are meant to be like seen or on stage or very acknowledged. You are meant to have this very prominent like romantic life and relationship, but you might be getting flack and blowback because it's almost like maybe in your past life you were like a tabloid blog tearing down someone else who was being successful and trying to have a beautiful relationship. There's an interruption that happened. Learning to have, it could go either way. Either you had too much peaceful energy, too much yin energy, where you allowed people to kind of hurt or take down others, and because it wasn't your problem or issue, you didn't really stop some pain that you saw going on, a third party infiltrating or something, or you were so romantic and just saw yourself as so innocent that you allowed yourself to infiltrate someone else's marriage or their prosperity in some way. You didn't stand up and say, you know what, like, okay, this is the example that I have. So in LA, I grew up in LA. I would get modeling offers and things. Like sometimes there would be very rude things where skin sisters, there would be colorism going on, right? So I could have just passively said, allowed that, and allowed to be put in darker makeup and have them be passed by, but I don't accept that, right? So I didn't be passive and just say, oh, well, let me just accept this and let me just, no, I said that's wrong, and, pull forward the person who should have that opportunity. So in the past, that might not have happened for you. If you knew that someone else really should have been acknowledged for an opportunity, you might have just let yourself get it, and it wasn't through being rude or mean. It was by being actually through being passive, by not standing up for somebody, or by not correcting something that was incorrect in the system. Okay, hopefully that was a good example and it translated, but that's kind of what it is. It's getting acknowledgement that maybe wasn't exactly due. Kind of maybe somebody thought that you did something and gave you a claim, but it wasn't actually your thing. You didn't mean to get the claim, but you didn't correct it. So now you can have a harder time actually going and getting like acknowledgement for what you've done. You might have a harder time being recognized, or you might have a hard time keep clear and really getting like seen. Like you might feel like, oh my gosh, am I ever going to be properly seen by the type of people that I want to date? Or, is prosperity going to see me? Like, why do I feel in one way it's like I have this big energy field and I get a lot of attention, but then I feel like when I have something very faded that I know, like I intuitively know is for me, it feels like it's so hard to grasp and make real in the real realm. And that's why there's some karmic energy there that needs to be cleared out with kind of eclipsing others. Okay, so a good way to do that is to make sure you are always putting others forward when they are deserving. So this could be like on Instagram, so when your friend does your hair, your friend picks out your clothes, your friend, when you go and post, you thank you sis, thank you bruh, tag tag tag. Like, it's very important that your shine never eclipses anybody else's, that that they're all inclusive. All right, it's all inclusive, and that you give everybody every other bit of attention that they deserve, and it's going to honor you, it's going to make you sparkle more. It's not okay. Also, another thing is, it's very important that you don't do shady stuff in relationships. Okay, so whether that is, again, this could be you didn't mean to, but some people, they don't care if someone's in a relationship, they like that attention, that, oh, this person would go and flirt with me, they would leave the relationship for me, I still got it. That's not good karma for you. Okay, so you want to stay away from that. You don't want to be a third wheel. You don't want to shame yourself if people are just, sometimes people are insecure and you're walking down the street or in the grocery store and they give you a bad, whatever, and you didn't do nothing, but you don't want to encourage it. You want to, and if it's continuous, you want to put a stop to it. That's going to help you upright your wheel and give, like, basically, there's enough energy to go around. There's enough prosperity. There's all of that. So if you make sure everyone's getting what they deserve, you actually have a lot of very good, beautiful energy that wants to come through. A lot of good luck and good karma that wants to come through. All right, so that's why you got the perseverance. Don't quit too easy. You've had some you've had some easy life, so maybe this life's been hard for you because you've had some, being fed grapes kind of life. Okay. Got some Libra energy here. Got some Cancer, some Pisces, some Sagittarius. You've had some good treated lives. So this one might have been a little harder. So don't give up on yourself. Persevere, okay? So that is the quick karma check-in, pick a card. And some of these readings I'll do from time to time to recheck in and see what we're doing, what's going on. So please go ahead and give a like and a subscribe. Again, my next idea is what is taking my soulmate so damn long? So if you like that idea for a pick a card, give this video a like, and I'll see if everyone likes that idea for a pick a card. Oh, thank you, Anna. Look at, I almost forgot, y'all. We got our little subconscious for everybody who watched. What do we need to know about karma? What do we need to know? All right. Ooh, we got Destiny. I'm so sorry about that glare. We got Destiny. We got the Father of Coins, which is the King of Pentacles reversed, exchanging gifts. And we got the Two of Hazards, which is the Two of Pentacles. So this really makes a lot of sense. It's saying, remember that when it comes to karma, like, we chose who we came in with. All right, and actually in this card, the Destiny, they begged to come together, and the guides kept telling them no, and they were like, please let us come together, and the guides were like, no, y'all don't need to incarnate at the same time. And literally they just wore the council, like the soulmate council or the spirit guide council, down until they were allowed to come in at the same time. So I feel like this is just spirit in the universe being like, if you're watching this and you complaining, like, y'all begged us to come in with your sibling that you can't stand, and we told you, you begged us to let your soulmate, that was going to be your husband who drives you crazy, come in with you. And so we, against our better judgment, we let you. So you just have to remember remember that, okay? They're like, all right. So we have this here. So, and yes, it is still reminding us that we can mess it up or undo it. I do feel like someone watching is like, man, so I'm just stuck. Like, and that's not saying that's the case. Just like you changed, what spirit wanted to do for this incarnation and change things in your star chart, you can also change what you've been building up now if you're looking at it and that's not what you want. Now remember, your connections are exchanging gifts. That's all what it's about, is exchange. So it needs to be positive. It needs to feel like a gift. It needs to feel like you guys are completely here. It's not supposed to be feeling like pain and angst and this and that. But that's what a lot of people are doing. So make sure that you're not what I'm getting, again, going back to like the soulmate twin flame thing. I feel like a lot of people are doing that when it's like a negative karmic relationship and they're staying in pain and they're like trying to chain each other, or they feel chained, or whatever that is. So some of you need to know that it's okay to release from toxic bonds, and that it's supposed to be a good exchange where you're learning, where you're not saying that it's easy, but it's not supposed to be like this, y'all. Look at this, right? Like, ha ha ha, I got you, sucker. And then it's not healthy. So this is just your encouragement to have healthy bonds, to not feel like you have to overly suffer. Like literally, it's about wisdom. As soon as you realize, oh, I'm in this bad karmic cycle with my family member because this and this happened, that's your golden ticket out, because you've learned the lesson. That's all we need to change our vibration, is to learn the lesson, okay? So remember that. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.